for the eastern part of Nigeria. Because electricity. Then he went on to talk about sport. They were going to schools. They were going to schools, they would build facilities, and they would encourage youth and all of that nonsense. Southeast Development Commission. They also have the Northeast, Northwest, Southwest, South, North Central, 6 geopolitical zones. Job for the boys. So when you hear them speak and say things, and you're like, oh, that sounds good. Then a few years later, you ask them, how far with those things? Rather than for you to actually have either results or something you can track, rather than have any of that, now corruption you go to track. You'll be hearing that 80 billion missing, 200 billion missing. You say, what happened to those beautiful ideas where the money meant for it has been stolen? Just like that, like gone. The contraption. I was expecting him to, it's called the Tifnubu avid reader. Really, avid reader. Avid reader is somebody that actually reads a lot. Does that Tifnubu look like somebody who reads? No, go and check those who read, right? They are people, you go know. Say, oh man, hey, this one a well-read man or woman. You see? Their countenance, their composure, their speech, their personality, everything revolves around, kind of like a, special personality kind of. You will tell. I don't know how to describe it, but you have an idea what I'm saying, right? Me, I'm not a well-read person, so that's why I shout. They say well-read people don't really shout. Sometimes they just listen. They look at you like this. You say all those things. You are the one who can talk. They look at you. You're either like somebody who is just amusing them or a clown that is entertaining them. I've seen some of them like that. People will read a lot. They will look at you and be like, you're just talking jargons and nonsense. Take that if no look like person will go school. Person will graduated from a school before they even started the school at all. Somebody will enter, supposedly, allegedly, who entered the Chicago State University, allegedly, as a woman, as a girl, and he graduated as a man. Allegedly. You journey to lost anywhere. You are doubting me. I can find out a few of call loose snippets. The first one.
All classes. You know what they call F level? When you get failure in all the subjects that you take. F9, F8, F9, F8, FF, double F. If we lend ourselves to innovation, we can create wonders. Yeah, it's a successful again, a town hall, different from Bulaba. That transmission line is a super highway. For generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn. If we reduce the purchasing power of the people, we can further slow down the economy. Let's widen the tax net. Those who are not paying now, if it is inclusive of Bola Tinubu, let the net get bigger and we take in more taxes, and that is what we must do. The farmer will make more money. Your lunch will not be imported. Cassava gari, The farmers will make money. The dinner will be cassava by wire. Turn the so-called Yahoo boys to experts in manufacturing and creation of chips that we intercept and all.
你别笑，我做一个专业的演员吗？你别笑，我做一个专业的演员吗？
Children who are educated. Or you will see some of those people who spent years in schools, right? Defending the druggie and the certificate forger. You know, life no balance. You know, unfortunately, no balance at all. I'm talking about life with no balance. They made Emefiole central bank governor. Alayeton Central Bank, almost to his piggy bank. It could be like that time where, that game that, I don't know if you played it, so it was a local game when I was still very young, okay, in Odogbolu. So we'll go to the farm, because to us, when it comes to fruits, nobody planted them. So you put jars on a mango tree, we'll still climb the mango, chop the mango, and nothing will happen. And you know what we usually do as young people there, right? We'll take all our books. All of us will take our books, our stuffs, we'll put in somebody's bag. If it takes one person's bag or two person's bag, we'll put all our books in their bags. We now use our school bags to pack mangoes. So whenever we now finish like plucking any fruit where we shall want, student now, we can be like about 10, 15. We enter anywhere where we enter, we have to leave like a thief. Like we have to live with loads of stuff. Fruit. So whenever we now get to the sharing point where everybody will now have to empty their bags, right? So you now turn to, you take one, I take one, 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 like that. Everybody take one, you take one, I take one, you take one, I take one, like that. Until the entire loot is shared. That's exactly what Emefiole did when it comes to his handling of the Central Bank of Nigeria. There is not. Do you remember that time they will say, "Oh, you are just printing. You're just spending money like person where they print money." I know will be an itself. I should you back a those we kind of give that kind of praises to. The people that spends money like they never work for it. The kind of people that would spend money on you, and you personally would feel like this must be God. That kind of level. Like, what I do? Where this person just carry 10 million naira? Okay, that's too much. They don't give anybody 10 million naira when I was growing up like that. What I do? Where this person carry 500 naira? Give me. Like, wow, 500 naira. You get? And you look at the person and you're like, Baba, I should have made you back a jelly to marry because now only God will help you where go they ask for. Here you go. So that's the kind of person Emefiole was. And to make you understand the take your own, I take my own, take your own, I take mine, take yours, take mine. You know what I mean? Is that as they were looting Nigeria, Bokwari and his family, his extended family, his immediate family, as well as his concubine, Bokwari's girlfriend became minister in Nigeria. I don't know if some of you even still remember. No shit, man. Bokwari's girlfriend became minister in Nigeria. Girlfriend. 1986, 1984, 83 girlfriend, person when they cook for Bokwari for Kaduna, when Bokwari was still married to Saratu. Saratu was Bokwari's first wife, right? So when Bokwari was in Kaduna and Saratu did Daura, it was this Shadiao, that former minister of disaster, poverty, enlargement, increment, what's the column? Shadia, she was just a cook for Bokwari and Bokwari's friends, and she got rewarded. They opened shop for her. They opened the Ministry of Humanitarian Disaster and then poverty, expansion. Sort of. The woman stole over 4 trillion naira. over 4 trillion naira. Bank, I'm sorry, I said bank. Court is asking her to go and pay back 980 billion naira. That was last year. They said if she didn't, they would jail her. That was last year. Nobody's asking for the money again. That was how much looting they were looting. Oh, somebody went to Bahrain. At this Eureka, he went to Bahrain to go and design a common graphic designer for a logo. 420,000 US dollars. True story. I'm not making all this up. True story. That was how much they were looting under Bokuwari. Papa, they take $1.4 billion to dig borehole to go and look for water in northern Nigeria. They were looking for crude oil. Kolimani, it's called Kolimani drilling point in Bauchi and Gombe. Under Bokuwari, $1.4 billion. They take and drill borehole. Then they look for crude oil. Now water they find. And since then, it remained a legacy symbol, a place where they take $1.4 billion drill borehole. Under Bokuwari, they emptied Nigerian treasury, emptied Nigerian central bank. They call the central bank when they do promo. Nigerian central bank started doing promo. Send money through us, collect 5 naira. Send $100 and collect 5,000 naira. Then they do promo because they needed the forex. Around that time, those who were looting or stealing the Nigerian crude oil, those ones were in real business. Now, ship that they bring. Have you seen that before? Thieves bring ship to Nigeria water, load a vessel full of crude oil, and it will sail smoothly out of Nigeria water. Steady, over 700,000 barrels of crude oil were being stolen every day. Over 21 million liters of crude oil were being stolen. Steady in Nigeria every month under Bokuwari. But I won't finish Nigeria. No wonder Emefiole, central bank governor, as he was printing money for Bokuwari, he was printing for himself. But he made a mistake. And that mistake was that he bought the idea of helping Malamu and others to stop Tifnubu and plunge Nigeria into further disaster. That was the crisis of the Naira, selling Naira, buying Naira at that time. Here you get. And immediately Tifnubu finally got the power. The only sacrificial lamb that could be gotten would be the guy whose action actually nearly, right, jeopardized Tifnubu's lifetime ambition to become the president of the, of the largest or the biggest concentration of a black, people on earth. Don't mind me. That's me just telling you the story about a man that is now standing trial. The man who is now the poster boy for all the corruption that happened under Bokuwari. I'm talking about godless Emefiole. He was in court today. Was it today? Yeah, he was in court today. Standing trial for looting, I don't know. Imagine Kolu trying somebody for looting. You can imagine how bad it is, right? They said they collected 753 houses. No, 750, I don't know. 770, I don't know. I can't remember the actual figure, but it's pretty much like it's over 750 houses. That was collected from him, and these houses have now been handed over to a minister of housing, right? The minister of housing has now set up a committee on housing that will now help them to sell the houses. Sorry, you're long gone, but take a look at Emefiole, the central bank of Nigeria governor. I don't know, former. Emefiole. Anyway, there's one more, but I don't think it's really relevant. It's still about a call. So we'll leave it at that. The deportation of Gumi. You've heard about that, right? Now I am going to just say something briefly on that, and then we can call it a night. Okay. Sheikh Osama bin Gumi is number one, is the son of a man known to have brought terrorism to Nigeria in the 60s, using his own closeness and connection to the Sardauna of Sokoto as his religious advisor. That was Sheikh Osama bin Gumi's father. All right. Now, Gumi himself, who joined the Nigerian army, and at a point, his extremist views, right, singled him out that he had to avoid being expelled from the Nigerian army, right? He voluntarily left the service. Then he went on in his life to become a lecturer in Saudi Arabia. You see, there are those who have this evidence of Saudi Arabia being accused of exporting a kind of a Wahhabism or something to the rest of the world, which indirectly some believe is also their way of sponsoring terrorism around the world. Saudi Arabia denies this, or should I say they reformed enough that somebody like a Sheikh Osama bin Gumi, a lecturer in one of their universities in Saudi Arabia, it got to a stage that they had to expel him from their country. Like they just told him to go. They don't want to see him anymore because he got to a stage where his own views, Quran extremist views on the Quran, which he was passing on to students, got to the authority that this is not like they sacked him from school. No. The government of Saudi Arabia expelled this guy from Saudi Arabia years back, and he returned back to Nigeria, of course, northern part of Nigeria, where he had now become so notorious or notoriously known to have strong connections to this murderous Fulani terrorists and other terrorists as well. He has spoken in their defense in public. Some are saying the latest rejection by Saudi Arabia is a little bit complicated. No, it's not, because to some, they felt like Saudi Arabia should ordinarily have rejected his visa application. They shouldn't have granted him any than to grant him a visa and then deport him upon arrival in their country. Well, what about Nigeria? A country that has been suffering the endless Islamic terrorists who are presenting themselves and the ideology of a violence against the indigenous people of that contraption, right? Right. So, it got to a stage, Sheikh Osama bin Gumi became negotiator. He was the only person who seemed to know the locations of all these terrorists. He knew and he met these terrorists, the same terrorists that the DSS supposedly are unable to find, or other, state security, state secret service, or Gumi could see them. He sat with them. At a point, in one of the complaints of these terror groups that he met, on camera, it's online, the terrorists complained of being killed by the Nigerian army. They were lamenting so bitterly that if there should be any peace, it should be on the both sides, which means as Gumi was talking to them, he should go and talk to the military too, to stop killing them. Guess what? Right there and then, Gumi grabbed the microphone and he told these terrorists that those army killing them, they are not northerners and they are not Muslims. He told the terrorists on camera that those who are killing them are Christians and they are mostly from southern part of Nigeria. We've had those who are Southerners who joined Nigerian army and who have lost their lives, not in the hands of the terrorists, but in the hands of their supposed colleagues who are indeed terrorists in uniform. Imagine somebody shooting at you, your colleague shooting at you because you are killing too many terrorists. We've had evidence of that. We've had those who didn't live to tell the story. We've had instances where bunch of Southern soldiers serving in that same war front have been ambushed due to wrong or poor or fake intel that they were sent to their death. We've seen a lot. Yeah. And the guy behind all of that is seen in Nigeria, especially northern part of Nigeria, as a leader. They continue to share and spread this sort of hateful, hateful kind of like rhetorics. So if Saudi Arabia says they don't want a Gumi, well, that says a lot. And those of you who probably would love to defend them or continue to defend them, I pray for you. I do. I really do pray for you. Because the only people who are the real victims are mostly the ordinary people like me and you. Just me and you. Let's go to bed. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Thank you very much. Make sure you like the broadcast if you haven't already. Please like the broadcast. Like it, share it, subscribe to my channel. And next time, it will be us again. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun Diary politico.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
ha kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún